Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's Big Brother Canada 12 chats.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Tonight was eviction night.
It was. I'm still not used to the Wednesday night evictions. It's like weirding me out.
I know. It's episode 5, and if you remember from last time, Dennis did not use the veto.
Mm-mm.
And it's either J9 or Ave going home.
Avery, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we all know what's going to happen.
You think?
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like this week has been like 4 weeks. It's been really long.
this week has been torture.
Yeah.
Absolute torture. But it's all coming to an end because you know why? There's no more guaranteed safety for Spicy V or Poppy.
Yeah, but like, have they built up enough of a cult that it won't matter?
Yeah.
They do have quite a cult following at this point. Excuse me. I have the hiccups. All y'all hiccup freaks, get ready.
No feet, though.
No.
All right, so the Hot Chocolate Alliance, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, we've talked about this before.
Lame.
My issue with it is the commentary that we heard a few days ago where it was like, no one can even bring up the possibility of us being an alliance. Like, nobody can even accuse us because that's going to make them look bad because it is an all-black alliance. So it's just, it's not cool that I feel like they're, like, using their race as
A weapon?
like a shield?
Yeah.
You know what I
shield,
mean? Like,
yeah.
it just doesn't sit right with me. I have no problem with this group working together.
No.
I think they're all a bunch of strong competitors. I think it's a great group. But just the way that it came together like that, it's just leaving me with a bad taste in my mouth. But that's just my
Same.
opinion.
No, I would agree.
Yeah.
I have no problem with them working together.
No.
But, like, wrong reasons. All right, so Anthony's pretty pleased with himself. He thinks I did just about 110% this week.
I mean,
have
yeah,
ultimate
he
power.
feels great. His 2 initial nominees are still up on the block. It looks like his target is going to go home. So he's feeling great. He's got mad alliances set up.
Yep. He's in a great spot.
Great.
Bailey and Avery are chatting, and Bailey says, Avery, you are in probably what I believe to be the best spot in this house right now.
I mean, yeah, she's up as a pawn this week, but part of the reason she's up there is because Anthony knows that he can trust her. She's not going to be all squirrely up on the block, and she's well-liked, even though she annoys the crap out of me. She's well-liked in the house. Outside of the house, I don't know.
If you didn't think she was in the best spot in the house, who would you think is in the best spot in the house right now?
The best spot in the house right now? Maybe like Kayla? I don't know.
I would say Lexus.
My only thing with Lexus, like we saw in this episode and on the digital dailies, now some of the girls are not super happy with her, so she's kind of like wrapped up in that drama. I feel like Kayla...
But I don't think anybody would go after Lexus.
I don't think anybody would right now either, but
And
she's
got the big bucks fighting over her.
But when
like
you
fake fighting.
When you get involved in a showmance, while it can be very helpful for your game, you also could end up being collateral damage. Like, say they put up you and your showmance, and your showmance wins the veto, and you're still up there.
I don't see that happening.
I'm just saying, like, it's a possibility.
I think she is a meh goat.
I don't know. I think she's smart, but we'll...
Did you just do it?
No, I was trying not to cough. I'm still a mess.
Well, you know what? Lexus is super thirsty for Matt. Or any other boy.
Well, here's what happened. Apparently, she was, like, flirting it up and even cuddling with Anthony.
Right.
And the girls were all getting, like, wigged out by this, and they told her, you need to stop hanging
cuddling
out.
with Anthony.
Yes, stop hanging out with him so much. So then she was like, okay, and she moved on to Matt.
Oh, God.
So now she's kind of, like, flirting it up with him, and he is into it.
It's cuffing season.
She says she just wants, like, someone to hang out with.
They're cuffing up just like Canadian geese right now, getting ready to
Yeah, you
lay their
mentioned that
eggs.
the other day.
That's right. All right, so Spicy's pretty pissed with Lexus because she's got all the girls up ons.
Now, just to give a little more context to this situation, we saw this on the digital dailies the other day. Spicy V was talking to Anthony outside.
Right.
And then Matt came outside, and Anthony asked Spicy V if she could leave.
Go away. We don't want you anymore.
So that he could...
Excuse me.
So that he could be the host of this dinner and talk to Matt alone.
Right.
So Spicy V was like, I think, legit pissed that she was asked to leave and not be a part of that conversation.
Correct.
And I think with the whole Lexus being close to Matt and Anthony drama, maybe in her head, she's thinking, okay, what if there is an alliance with Lexus, Anthony, and Matt? And I'm not a part of it.
And the nastiness.
Right? So then, Spicy V goes marching to Bailey to talk crap about Lexus, you know, hanging out with the guys. And she's claiming in her confessional, in her DR, that
she was trying to shake things up.
She's trying to rile up the girls.
She was the one who was shooketh.
Yeah.
She was shook.
So I really am not liking this from Spicy V.
Guys, what if there's other alliances that we don't know about?
She is getting Bailey and Donna, even Kayla and Avery. They seem legit concerned about Lexus.
Yeah.
And Spicy V is just stoking these flames. And then Spicy V turns around and goes and talks to Lexus and is like, the girls are worried about you. The girls are saying all this stuff. Meanwhile, she's the one who started this. And I love how she's always like, oh, I wanted to work with the girls on my season. No, you are the one who is tearing this alliance apart when it could have been a thing.
It's not working because of you only. You were the sole reason why this went up in flames.
She is actively tanking this alliance.
But what'd you think of Lexus? They're just jealous of me.
I'm just getting pick-me girl vibes from Lexus, and it's breaking my heart.
Girl.
She's all like, I hang out with guys because, like them, I am more logical and less emotional, and it's just very like, I'm not like other girls.
You signed up for Big Brother, not Intercourse Island.
Yeah, so not feeling that, but anyway, let's move on.
All right, Avery wakes up seemingly at I don't know what hour of the day.
We have no idea when in the day or night this occurred.
But she finds the giant mural photo that they had taken of the scene, like the class photo. Oh my God!
Yeah,
the class photo. The class.
It is like the class photo.
And
I mentioned this this afternoon. It reminds me of how they do like the Vanderpump Rules intro, like when everyone's posing together at the end. Not that part, but the end when everyone, like the cast photo.
They're all like,
yeah.
All right, so she finds it. She curses her head off. Does Big Brother reprimand her? No. Big Brother's been on everybody's ass this whole last few days.
They said, watch your mouth.
Clean out that mouth. What that mouth do with that profanity? Sorry.
We love you, Canada.
We do.
So yeah, everybody's freaking out about this photo wall.
Everybody's effing loving
it's sick. It looks awesome.
It does.
But I also have to mention, at this point in the show, I'm like, wow, we're seeing almost exactly what we watched in the digital dailies. Like, they're using the exact same clips. What is going on here?
Yeah, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Lots of repetition.
All right, somebody needed the day off. All right, it's time for car chat with Anthony. He wants a legacy. Well, you're going to get an Infinity.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. When they first opened up that car and he sat his ass in there, if he said Infinity one more time,
I was going to... rich people drive.
I was going to reach through my television and rip him out of that car.
It was like they told him, go sit in the car and talk good about it for like 10 to 15 minutes. Talk pretty about it. It went on and on and on the digital daily. But yeah,
I deserve this car.
He was in the car with Kayla and Lexus, and he was all like, I want to work with the girls this season. Boo! We hate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Bailey, Avery, and Kayla, we have to keep Lexus from hanging out with the boys because...
How do you solve a problem like Lexus?
You tell her not to hang out with Anthony. And what does she do? She goes and hangs out with Matthew.
Yeah. So they want to know why she's hanging with these dudes. She's not bringing back any information.
Because she's not playing the game.
Well, she's playing the game, but she's not gaming actively with them usually when she's hanging out with them.
The game of flirts.
I will say, though, after watching today's Digital Daily, she does have some game going on with those guys. But there are other girls involved as well. It's not just her.
Right.
Because there's that whole new alliance called the Directors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is she, like, actively involved in that? Like,
she is in that, yes.
Informational sort of way? Or in a creeper in the back row of the classroom sort of way?
No, I think she's supposed to be in it. But this is also, if you guys noticed Elijah do the little bloop during his vote, that's the Directors Alliance. Right. So just, because it's not really giving anything away. If you didn't see the Digital Dailies.
Thank God he was the only one doing that.
I know, I was so ready to be so pissed at everyone doing all the nonsense during the votes, but he was the only one that did something. But that alliance, the Directors, is Elijah, Spicy V, Avery, Anthony, Matthew, Lexus. So it's like almost all of your usual suspects plus like Matthew and Elijah.
All of the people I don't give a crap about.
Whoa!
Yeah, I said it.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so Anthony and Janine, Anthony killed her game, and she told him.
Okay, so, like, this conversation, I believe, happened after Janine required a group hug from everybody because she was, like, going through it knowing that she's leaving. And then Anthony was, like, feeling guilty after this.
He cried in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to be on camera.
Yeah, and then they went outside together, and they were talking.
And he vaped, and she said, "Whoa, that is a fatty rip of smoke."
Yeah. So, she really felt like the second that he said...
Or a vape, whatever it is.
The second that he said, "You're my target this week, and I heard that you were throwing my name out there," that was when it was over for her. Because she said, "You are so powerful. You have so much influence. Everyone's going to do what you want."
That was the time of death of Janine's game, and it never got
revived.
It
didn't need to be. There was still so much she could have done.
She got in her own head.
She didn't try at all. It was a bummer.
Janine, if your kids had done that, what would you have said?
Especially after what we saw in this episode, which we'll get to, like, she got so much info that she could have used.
I mean, honestly, if her kids were playing this and she was watching them and they just freaking up and quit, what would she say to them? Yeah. What would Janine say to her children?
I don't know. But anyway, we get a little preview into what next week is going to be like, which will be everyone crapping on Vivek. Because that is who Anthony has decided the next house target is going to be. So everyone is on board. They're going along with it. And now Vivek is responsible for everything bad that happens in this house. Even retroactively.
Yeah.
So even Matthew, who was super tight with Vivek for the first few days, he says, "I'm done with him.
I'm done. Yeah. He's out."
And of course, he's spilling all this to Lexus, who he's getting super tight with.
Even though he prefers the lady he has at home. So he says.
Yeah. I don't know. He's having an awful lot of fun, though, hanging out with her.
Well, Todd was also, the library is open. He was reading Vivek, and...
I mean, Vivek has been doing a lot this week, for sure. Going around, planting seeds, talking game with everybody.
Playing both sides of the house.
Right.
Going around, making deals.
Are there officially, like, multiple sides of the house yet?
I don't know if there's any side of the house. It just seems like a big freaking mess right now.
Yeah.
One big incestuous mess.
Janine has a light bulb moment. Or
at
least what she thinks is a light bulb moment.
Duh. It's like she found Sasquatch, if Viv was Sasquatch, in her deluded dreams.
Yeah, because she is now convinced that Vivek was the one who went to Anthony and said that she was dropping Anthony's name.
So what does she do? She confronts Vivek.
And she's like, "Hey, remember when we had that conversation about, like, you know, are you still good with the 12 and, like, taking out the All-Stars on, like, day 2?
We were on the yellow sofa.
Yeah. I just had deja vu because we had this exact same thing.
We did.
This afternoon. So then, he was like, "Yeah, I remember that."
Had a doctor's appointment or something and couldn't do their work.
Yeah. And she was like, "So did you tell Anthony that? Did you say that I was targeting him?" And he's like, "No."
No.
And he did not.
No.
You're missing the point here. Anthony made shit up, but she does not want to accept that. She has to find some other villain.
Do you think she bought what he said, that he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
I feel like she's not buying it.
I don't think she bought it either, because she went on the Viv you're going home next tour.
And I mean, he told her exactly what happened. Like, he was like, I think Anthony wanted you out because you're a super fan. You could figure out his game. He had a limited pool of options. You were the best one for him. And he would do anything to make it happen, including lie.
Right on the nose, baby.
Yeah.
Good for you, Viv. Mm-hmm. Too bad you're going to be leaving soon.
Well, Janine goes on her goodbye tour, talking to everybody. And she had mentioned all throughout this week how now that it looks like she's going, people are giving her information. Hello, why are you not using said info?
I know.
She did zero campaigning. We saw zero campaigning on the digital dailies. We saw zero on the episodes.
Well,
she just gave up.
You know who she trusts? The biggest liar in the house. Spicy V.
Well,
Spicy V said it was Viv.
Spicy V was also not done being messy this week, because she was like, hey, Janine, I have to tell you something.
Before you see it on TV.
Yeah. She's like, I had like a little thing going with Dougie. We don't together.
Have it anymore. Lie. And
also he knows about the Girls Alliance.
Oh, but I didn't tell him until you did. Lie.
Oh my god. So like, you have so much information in your hands now about Spicy V and Dougie working together, and Spicy V being the one to blow up the Girls Alliance.
And do you go to anybody and tell them?
No.
No, you don't.
Oh my God. Why are you not even trying?
We gotta get Arissa in here. All right, Arissa says, let's get this shit moving because I gotta get home to my kids.
Yeah.
All right, so Avery, what do you got to say? She says, I'm not ready to walk out the door. Vote with your head, not your heart.
I thought she said with your heart, not your head, but who knows?
Maybe she got it mixed up. I don't know.
I don't know.
But then Janine said, I was robbed by lies, Arissa.
And then you gave up.
Yeah. So the vote was unanimous. She did not even get the pity vote that Vivek was promising her.
Vivek was saying he was going to give her a pity vote. He didn't follow through.
It was 11-0.
I don't know what happened there.
Janine is evicted. She runs out the door. She hugs everybody. That was nice.
And then it's time for the interview. And Arissa kind of roasted her, and it was deserved.
I thought Arissa went easy on her.
I mean, yeah. She could have pulled a, we were voting for you.
She could have pulled out some receipts, too.
Or like Julie, when she slapped Marcellus with the papers. Didn't she do that with her cards or whatever? I feel like I remember her doing that.
But anyway, I guess that means that there's not any kind of a returning...
A pre-jury
buyback.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Arissa was giving out a little info here.
She was giving out some info, and she said, look, you had all this info. what did you do with it?
You're supposedly a super fan. What were you thinking? And she was like, oh, wait, I guess I, like, could have done something? I didn't even think of that. Like, what? She just lost that POV and then was like, done. Disappointing.
She dropped the ball from day one.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
So then she says, well, since you suck so bad, who do you think can win this?
She says Donna.
I really hope so.
I see Donna being an early target for Anthony because he's going to figure out that he cannot control her.
I mean, I think he knows that already, but I think he's more horny to get Viv out.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking like right away, but I think she's going to become a target soon.
She'd probably pre-jury.
Could be.
If Anthony's evil plan goes according to, what he thinks.
We'll see what happens.
All right, so it's time for the HOH comp. You know, Canada, you never finish. You leave us hanging. And Arissa lets everybody know safety's over for the two legends.
Woo! Will they do anything about it? Probably not for a bit.
No. And entourages are also over, even though you have it in your mind now that you have to be loyal to these people that you were with for 5 minutes.
I had a feeling it was only going to be for the first week, so...
Yeah, it had to be because they had to pit the two legends against each other, so they had to split the house. Yeah.
But I'm glad that that's done, because... We're moving on. We're done with it.
Well, Arissa said, oh, we have a snake theme competition. What that mouth do?
Not a snake theme.
Yeah, you got to use your mouth to go suck up some questionable liquid.
Some venom.
Yes, and run up to the upstairs and spit it into the person you want to eliminate's tube.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you're getting your head milked on this tube, but it's like,
you know, they
not...
take the snake and then they push their head onto the thing so that the venom goes in there, but they're always like...
Yeah.
That's so weird.
But they didn't, like, actually have to touch the tube.
You have to be like, and like spit your water into the tube,
so
which
disgusting.
is really gross. I mean, it's not like anybody is using the same water source. They all have their own water, which is like, thank God.
Thank you. Thank you.
God.
Thank
but still,
you.
this feels really gross because, like, you know, the spit is gonna like come out and like. Is this COVID safe?
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's spit.
Ew, I have a story, but I'm not gonna do it.
No, don't do it. Don't you do it.
It's so disgusting.
No. No.
So, anyway, yeah.
The first 4 people's tubes that get
Well, did you mention
eliminated.
you're spitting it into the tube
person
of...
you want to eliminate.
Right. So, the first 4 out are going to be have-nots.
Right.
And as predicted, we could have seen this coming a mile away. Everyone is all sucking up their water.
They made a beeline.
There's like a
Vivek.
freaking line of people waiting for Vivek's tube to be open.
Including Matthew.
I mean, I hope he's seeing all this.
Vivek wasn't spitting in his own tube.
Hey guys, are we all lining up for the same person? Oh, it's me. Okay. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Vivek is going to be the first one out of this competition.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, wait, who was right next to him? Bailey was, no, it wasn't Bailey. It was,
oh, I can't remember now. It was like Todd.
They were going after Todd as well.
Yeah.
And, I thought...
I mean, Tola was getting some action for sure.
Tola was getting some too. Who do you think is likely to win the comp?
I could see like a Kayla or somebody like that.
I could see like a Kayla or a Lexus because like that's going to be everybody's last thought as to who they want out. Like
maybe Avery, I don't know, maybe.
Or maybe Spicy.
I saw a couple people going for Spicy at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the idea of this, but it's just like the dynamics of the house right now. I don't like this competition for this week because
it's too soon.
The only people who have any thought of opposing the current power structure are immediately going to be targeted.
Right.
Vivek. I'm sure Bailey's going to be out.
Yeah, I wish they hadn't
Donna,
have done this competition at this stage.
Yeah. It's going to be rough. It's going to be brutal. So
it is going to be brutal.
We won't know who won until tomorrow's Digital Daily. So
I hope we find out then.
I know. This would have been at least a good competition to watch on live feeds, but
we don't
have that.
Have nice things like live feeds, do we?
No, we don't.
I don't know why we're being punished. But...
Yeah. I will say one positive to come from this, it's going to show a lot of people's asses.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, we'll see what happens.
There's going to be some sad faces tomorrow, besides ours.
Yeah, let us know in the comments who you think is going to win this HOH competition. Should be interesting. Right. So,
absolutely.
Thank you all so much for watching. We will be back for a Digital Daily chat tomorrow.
Yes.
So, we hope you join us for that. And until next time,
much
love.